Welcome back to The Devil's Seam, where our heroes Ruby Delaney, the showgirl, and Bass Reeves, the gunslinger Darkstone Shaman, have successfully collapsed to the mine shaft and now need to decide if they're going to go for the scavenge mission, trying to find some valuable gear at these locations. Now, Bass is currently as fit as a fiddle, however, Ruby is quite badly injured and the next blow will knock her down on her butt, so we need to be careful, but otherwise let's go for it. Okay, as we start the round, we need to roll for a random event. 12, what's that? Flooded Passage. Well, that's no good, is it? One random hero becomes impaired. Okay, who broke the water pipe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was Bass. So Bass has been flooded and he is now impaired. What does impairment do? So impairment is -1 to his stat checks. I'll use this counter to remind me. He can remove his impairment by spending power. Right, Bass, let's give you one caster point. I think our plan of action is to try and make it towards this boiler room. If we're lucky, that pile of explosives there is the scavenge cache we're looking for. Alright, Bass, I think for Ruby's sake you better try and cast Ancestral Shield. Let's use 2 caster points. 3 or better? Yeah. Shield is up. And then turn around and use Focus Fire with your gunfighter pistol and give this Strangler everything you've got. Right, quality 4. Just a 1 hit? What? Still, Deadeye Shot means you need a 6 to defend, and the bullet just thuds into the rubbery flesh and does nothing. Huh. That's not very satisfactory, is it? Let's spend 2 power and try that again. Alright, come on, keep firing. Alright, we've got 2 hits, and one of those is pistol fanning for an extra hit. And the defense rolls almost killed it. 2 wounds. Bass still has a skill action, so he's going to try using Curing Touch to get rid of this impairment. But because of the impairment, he's at -1 to the skill check, so he'll need a 5 on his dexterity throw. Alright, so that's a failure, so he loses a power, but the skill still works, so we can get rid of the impairment. Alright, the Strangler needs to make a morale check. He is quality 4. So it doesn't pass, however, as a demon, he's also fearless, so gets an extra save of 4 or better. No, he fails that, so the Strangler is shaken. Over to Ruby. I know we've got these cultists here, but let's take the opportunity and make a heavy charge against the Strangler. Yeah, so hitting on 2s, Brawling and Vicious Axe. Yes, they both just hit. Okay. Actually, they don't hit because Stranglers have Ensnare. Because they're so wiggly, they've got these tentacles. It's -1 to hit them, so Ruby missed. Alright, the Strangler strikes back. He is treated as being fatigued, so only hits on 6s. But he throws 6 dice in combat. Then there's 3 hits. This is not going well at all. Okay, Ruby, you need to make some defense saves of 5 or better. They all go through, and then you've got your Ancestral Shield, which gives you a 5-up extra save. No, Ruby's down. Well, that was pretty disastrous. I was going to have her drop the smoke bomb as well to help against the cultist and gunfighter fire. Should have done that before I made my charge. Derp. Alright, it's the enemies to move. The Strangler unshakes. Right, this Magma Fiend charges at Bass furiously. 1 Lava Spew. 6, that is Rending. And with Furious, it's also an extra hit. 6 is to defend. Nope, of course not. And we have our Ancestral Shield, which completely protects us. Very good. Flash. Bass strikes back with his hunting knife, scoring 1 hit. The Magma Fiend has a defense of 3, so it just bounces off its rocky exterior. And then we'll move on to the gunfighter. One shot with a pistol at quality 5, but is a good shot, so hitting on a 4. Phew, so that misses Bass. And then we've got these cultists. They're going to advance in a little so they can shoot at Bass. Repeating rifles. Ooh, 1 hit, and it's a repeating rifle. So on a roll of a 6, that's an extra hit. And Bass, you need to dodge these. So 1 is blocked, the other causes a wound. Then we need to move this lot. Like so. The tentacles and the hellbats can ignore the walls, and the harvester and the strangler both have strider, so can just rush through those cactuses. Next round, awareness is on 1. Right, we're in a bit of a pickle. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have Bass advance. He will use his skill action to revive Ruby. Now this costs 2 power, and he does not have any power left, so that's going to translate into 2 wounds for him. So he's up to 3 wounds. But Ruby, you can get back up on your feet with 3 wounds restored, so you are now on 7 wounds. He is going to try again to shoot at the strangler. Now I've moved, so with my ricochet bullets, I'll be at -1 to hit. So hitting on 5s. 1 hit. And with dead eye shots, this has got to kill it, right? Yes, kabam. So that's cleared the exit. Alright, now that Ruby is back up on her feet, she is going to use Paladin Shout. So, I don't know what it is she's yelling out, but whatever it is, it's going to get our heroes moving. And with that bit of motivation, they find themselves back out in the open. And then we can have Ruby take her action of Rush and get her over to the scavenge location. Now, scavenging is a dexterity check. Her dexterity is 6, so I'll need to roll a 6. Yeah. She fails, however, we can spend power to pass that. That takes her down to 1 power, and now we check to see if this is the location of the gear we're looking for. So we're going to roll a d6, and on a 4 or better, we found the stuff. Alright. Come on. No! We did not find the stuff, so the secondary objective is actually going to be way over there. Oh, I forgot to cast a spell with Bass. Oh well, it's a bit late now. Let's move the enemies. The 2 cultists have a line of sight on Bass, so they will open fire with their cult rifles. Haha, they forgot to load their guns, and then I don't think anyone else has line of sight. What do we think? Yeah, the Magma Fiend does. So with a rush, that'll get him there. Not quite charge range. The gunfighter can also just see Bass, so we'll advance and fire his bandit pistol. Also missing. And then this lot are going to head towards the AI goal, which is now over there. Like so. Alright, end of the round. I think we'll just try and escape. Alright, we just need to be both in that corner of the boiler room at the end of the round, so they will rush in like that, and Bass, you have a once per game ability, you may as well drop it now. Your Shaman Trap, boom. So there's an area around him that is dangerous terrain that hopefully this Magma Fiend will trip up on. And just to make sure we're safe, you can cast 3 points on Ancestral Shield. It's successful. There we go, just in case. The only enemy we really need to resolve is the Magma Fiend, who comes... Yeah, let's have him charge. Technically, he's got no line of sight, but we'll give him a go. He comes blobbing through and into the Shaman Trap, so we'll make a dangerous terrain check for him. He's tripped up in the Shamanic Trap and expires. The other enemies have made their way towards that corner of the mines, and we make our escape through the boiler room. So there we go. That is the Devil's Seam complete and the end of chapter 2. We can sort out some of these injuries, right? So we get 3 wounds restored and 3 power restored. Here we go. So that means Ruby's going into chapter 3 with 4 wounds. But hey, we get some danger money and we get some experience points. Alright, so since we were playing on difficulty 3, that is 6 experience points each. And I don't know why I called it danger money. It's hazard pay. So that is $15 each. So you've both leveled up. Level 6 now. So for Bass, I have given him 1 extra point of power. And Ruby, welcome to level 6. You can have +1 toughness. So you are now a tough 11 hero. And as that was the end of chapter 2, before we embark on chapter 3, our heroes will be able to spend a little bit of money. They have $15 each and can pick from mine artifacts now. So at the beginning of the next section, we'll have a look at that to see if there's anything useful. Although, maybe Ruby should just spend her money on bandages again. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you next time.